This presentation is for the computer science students, 5th semester, application development using Python, and the code is 18CS55 for the session 4, second module. The chapter is Dictionary and Structuring Data. Dictionary as a data type, pretty printing, using data structures to model and real world things are the contents of this chapter. Dictionary as a data type. A dictionary is a collection of many values. Indexes for dictionaries can use many different data types, not just integers. Indexes for dictionaries are called keys, and a key with its associated value is called a key value pair. A dictionary is typed within flower brackets. Dictionaries can still use integer values as keys, but they do not have to start at 0 and can be any number. For example, my cat is the name of the dictionary here. We have three key pairs. Size is called the key, fat is called the key value. Here we have size, color, and disposition as the keys. Fat, gray, and loud are the key value pair. So each pair consists of a key and a key value pair. Dictionary versus list. Unlike list, items in dictionaries are unordered. The tuples are ordered, but the lists are unordered. The first item in a list named spam would be spam 0, but there is no first item in a dictionary. While the order of items matters for determining whether two lists are the same, it does not matter in what order the key value pairs are typed in a dictionary. Trying to access a key that doesn't exist in dictionary will give a key error value, key error message, out of range, or index error message. For example, here we have spam as a list which consists of cats, dogs, and mouse. Beacon is also another list with dogs, mouse, and cats. Spam is not equal to beacon because we are particular about the order in which it is placed in case of list. But in case of dictionary, here we have eggs as a dictionary name, wherein we have name, species, and age as the keys. We have another dictionary called ham, wherein the order of these keys are unordered. Species, age, and name. But both the dictionaries are same because we specify the keys and not the order of the keys. So both are same. So comparing dictionary and list, list should specify the order and the dictionaries are not ordered. We are particular about the keys and not the order of the keys. There are dictionary methods, three dictionary methods: keys, values, and items. Data types can be used in for loops. For loop can iterate over the keys, values, or key value pairs in a dictionary by using keys, values, and items methods. The values in the dictionary items, value returned by the items, methods are tuples of the key and value. For example, we have used a key for loop for spam.keys. That is, we are using a loop for the dictionary called spam. For the keys, we have specified dot keys, and we are going to print k. Color and age is the keys of this spam, whereas in this case we are specifying the items, that is the value of the keys. Here we are going to specify color red, age 42. Color and age are the keys, red and 42 are the key values. The pair is called the items. If we want keys, we'll get the keys. If we want both the keys and the key value, we get items. If we specify only the values, then we get red and 42. Checking whether a key or key value exists in a dictionary. We can use in and not in operators to see whether the key or key value exists in a dictionary. For example, here we have a spam as a dictionary wherein we have name and age as the keys. Name in spam. In is the in operator that is used to check whether spam dot keys name is present as a key in this dictionary. We have got true. Similarly, Sophia is the key value pair. Key value. We are going to check by using an in operator. It checks whether Sophia is present in the value. So we get true. Similarly, for color in spam keys, we have only two keys, name and age. Color is not present here, so we have got false. The next is the get method. Get method is a dictionary method wherein it has two arguments. The key of the value to retrieve, a fallback value to return if that key exists or not. There's an example for picnic items. We have specified apples and cups as the keys. Values are 5 and 2. We are using this program. I am bringing is a string concatenating the picnic items which I'm going to get. I'm going to specify get cups comma 0, the number of cups that are, this is the key and this is the key value. I'm going to concatenate it. The next is the set default method. To set a value in a dictionary for a certain key, if that key does not already have a value. The set default method offers a way to do this in one line of code. It takes two arguments. The first argument is the key to check for. The second argument is the value to set at that key if the key does not exist. If the key does exist, the set default method returns the key values. For example, spam is the dictionary, name is the name and age are the keys. Here I'm going to set spam.set default color as black. Here we have only two keys, name and age. We do not have this color in this dictionary. So when I specify it as set default, a new key is added into spam with the value black. Color and black is added to this dictionary. Example, if I set a default value as white, color is already present in the dictionary, it returns the key value. Next is pretty printing. Importing pprint module will provide access to the pprint and pformat functions that will pretty print a dictionary's value. This is helpful when we want a cleaner display of the items in the dictionary than what print provides, and also it is helpful when the dictionary itself contains nested list of dictionaries. If you want to obtain the prettified text as a string value instead of displaying it on the screen, call print pprint.pformat. pprint.pprint some dictionary value or pformat for some dictionary value. The nested dictionaries and list. Program that contains dictionary and list, which in turn contains other dictionaries and lists, are called nested dictionaries. Lists are useful to contain an ordered series of values, and dictionaries are useful for associating keys with values. This ends the fourth session of second module. Thank you.